Okay, Barakallahu Feek. So last week, regarding textbook, we have completed almost everything. Only thing is last two questions were left. I think 11th. Now, so here the word ghalin, which I have taken it in your concepts class, it is about examples related to that. And as I mentioned, ghalin is actually ghaliyatun. Okay, but for easy reading, it is ghalin. Okay, it is called as ghalin. So هذا القلم غال. هذا القلم غال. And this is, it looks majroor, but actually it is mansoob. Okay, so this pen is expensive, costly. And if I will say for muannas, so I will say هذه الساعة غالية. This watch is expensive. Now, same way, here you have to fill in the blanks. So these lines are very faded. Al-Kitab al-Arabiyyah dash, there is a gap here. Fi baladina. Fi baladina, in our country. Okay. Fi baladina. Al-Kitab al-Arabiyyah. The first sentence, ghalin, is majroor. No, it is not majroor. I mentioned to you, hadha al-qalamu ghalin, it is not majroor. I explained this in the concepts. Okay, Sister Aisha? I explained this in the concept. Why it is not majroor? Anyone can answer? Why it is not majroor? Can anyone answer the reason? It looks majroor. Yes. So Siraj, as mentioned by Siraj, actually it is ghaliyun. Actually it is ghaliyun. Okay. And for easy reading, Arabic people, they call it ghalin. Same thing for fi'lul madin. You know fi'lul madi. Past tense verb in Arabic language. It is called madin. Madin. Actually it is madiyun. Actually it is madiyun. That's why when I'm writing in my slides, I'm writing fi'lul madi. When I'm attaching al to that, you must have noticed after dad there is ya. Fi'lul madi, because it is fi'lul madi you. Okay, fi'lul madi. Actually, it will be mudaf mudaf. It will be fi'lul madi. Okay, fi'lul madi. So ghalin is actually ghaliyun. So this pen is expensive. So it is marfu, Sister Aisha. Okay, yes. So Al-Kitab Al-Arabiyyah, what is Al-Kitab Al-Arabiyyah? What kind of compound is this? Al-Kitab Al-Arabiyyah. Naat Manud, good. The Arabic book dash fi baladina. Now you have to use this. You have to use Okay, actually it is al-kutubu. Actually it is not al-kitabu. It is al-kutubu. Al-kutubu al-arabiyyatu. Sorry, I overlooked that. Okay, it is not al-kitabu. Al-kutubu al-arabiyyatu. Okay, so you can say this is Arabic books. Okay, al-kutubu al-arabiyyatu dash fi baladina is costly. Yes, so it is ghaliyatun. Why ghaliyatun and why not ghalin? What's the reason? Why ghaliyatun and why not ghalin? Yeah, ta marbuta, feminine. Yes, why you made it feminine? Yes, broken plural ghair aqil. Yes, good. Jama taksir ghair aqil. It is referred as singular feminine. Okay. Okay. هذا الكتاب رخيص. This book is cheap or less expensive. وذاك, and that is, so it's talking about one book. وذاك dash. وذاك, what is the answer? ذاك means ذلك. Okay. وذاك غال. Good. وذاك غال. هذا الكتاب. Okay, sorry, this is هذا المعجم. Okay, هذا المعجم ب100 ريال. هو dash. Now معجم means encyclopedia. معجم means encyclopedia or any kind of معجم means encyclopedia. You can say that. Okay. هذا المعجم ب100 ريال. It's 100 riyals. No, you have to use ghalin. You cannot choose to use rakhisun. Okay, you cannot. Here you have to use ghalin only. In the blank, you have to put right ghalin here. Ghalin or ghaliyatun. So you have to decide. Al-mu'jamu. هذا المعجم. It will be huwa ghalin. Good. هذه الحقيبة. This bag. هذه الحقيبة. This bag. غالية. Good. This bag is costly. Okay, so here so in this what you have to do is okay, so where are the jumlas? This book is missing. Yeah, I think let me see another copy of the book. I think there's some problem with this book. Yes, so there is a page missing in that book, brothers and sisters. I think I will replace that book on my website also. So I will share another book with you, okay? So I will share, actually the print of this book is not very clear. That's why I shared that was the better print. So I will just share another book. Okay. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so brothers and sisters, what you have to do is you have to replace the figures with the words. Okay, brothers and sisters, in these sentences. So in the previous book, brothers and sisters, this page is missing. Page number 11 is missing, okay? So page number 11 is missing in that book. Now this is the new book. Inshallah, from now onwards, we will be referring to this book. I will upload this book on the website today, inshallah. And don't prefer that. Whoever have that book, you can delete it. Inshallah, you take this new book afterwards. Okay. Okay, good. So those who have it available, that's fine. Oh, so what you can do, Sister Sana, if you have printed that book, just print the page 11 only, and you can just slide that page only, because it's exactly same book, but this book which I'm sharing now, it's not very clear. So you see here, the quality of scanning is not very clear. That's why I use the other book. Yes, you can just print this page only. Yeah, Sister Sana, because it's same book. You can just print this page. So هذا التلفاز ب 1000 is written here, riyalin. So how will you say? So when it comes to the cost of certain item, you are always using B. Okay. When you're talking about cost or the price of any item, then you are always using B with the number, okay, with the adad. So what will be the how will you call 1000? Yes, bi alfi riyalin. Yes, that is important. Bi alfi riyalin. Good. Now alfu riyalin is mudaf ilay, but because of B, it will become bi alfi riyalin. Okay. In the 1000 is written dollar. How it will be? In the tell me with dollar, okay? Alfu dolarin. Good. In the alfu dolarin, I have $1,000. في هذا الكتاب في هذا الكتاب. I'm saying كتابي. Why? في هذا الكتاب. Because of fi. That's always people are doing mistake. Fi will affect hadha. The ism immediately. Yes. So yes, that's the reason. Because it is musharun ilay or badal. Now badal will take the sign of hadha. Ismul ishara. Okay. So what is the status of ismul ishara hadha here? It is majroor. That's why this kitab will become majroor. في هذا الكتاب 100 صفحة. مئة صفحة. مئة صفحة. So you say everything. I'm not saying the sign of the last word. I'm saying صفحة. Why? Because I want to know whether you are saying it correct. Yes, مئة صفحة. Good. بكم هذه الحقيبة. بكم هذه الحقيبة. How much is this bag? Okay. هي ب هي ب 100 ريال. Good. في هذه الكلية. في هذه الكلية Miyatu, good. Miyatu tullabin. Sorry, it is talibin. Miyatu talibin min. Yes, it has to be talibin. Why it has to be talibin? Because with 100 and 1000 you are using singular. Okay. So miyatu talibin, yes. Min Pakistana wa miyatu talibin min Indonesia. Okay. Miyatu talibin min Indonesia. Okay. So make any sentences from these words, brothers and sisters. Zakiyun. Any jumla ismiya. Zakiyun means intelligent. Hada talibu zakiyun, good. Miyatu. Huwa waladun zakiyun, good. هذا الكتاب ب$100, good. متزوج, married. متزوج, married. هل أنت متزوج, good. عزب. عزب means single, okay. أخي متزوج, good. عزب. عزب means single, not unmarried. You can say yes. هو عزب. Okay. خلق. خلق, you can use خلق means manners, okay, so you can use ذو with that, because that was what covered in this chapter. هذا الرجل, we can say هذا الرجل ذو خلق, good. دولار, okay, you have already done one sentence for دولار. غال. هذا البيت غال, okay, no problem. ذكي, these are the new الكلمات الجديدة, the new words in this chapter. ذكي أذكياء, that's the plural of that. Okay. غبي أغبياء. خلق أخلاق. 100 ألف. روبية روبيات. متزوج عزب أعزاب. Yahudi, Yahudun. So Yahudun is plural. Remember, brothers and sisters, okay? Yahudiyun is singular. Mu'jamun, ma'ajimu. So this is mamnu min as-sarf. Dularu, dularu, dularatun. Dularun actually it should be. Here he has written dularu. Dularun it should be. Safhatun, safhatun. Najihun, najihuna. Ghalin. Kummun means sleeve. Akmamun, sleeves. Okay. So this finishes chapter number 2. Inshallah, chapter number 1, and I will now start the new topic, which is you need to focus carefully today. I'm not scaring you, always I'm telling, because some of the sisters were telling that yeah, Ghabiyun, sister, I told you, Ghabiyun, last time I said you, like, who is unintelligent, or someone like maybe mentally retarded, something like that. Okay. So that is the that came in the previous book, okay. And then in some, I think the new prints, they replace it with Ghaniyun. Okay, that was. Okay, so in this book, brothers and sisters, yeah, obviously topics are new. You are learning new things, and you are getting every time new topics are coming. So I need a lot of effort from you. If you will not put sufficient effort, then it will become difficult. Make sure every time the class is complete, you make sure that you become perfect in that. Okay, you have to revise a lot, brothers and sisters. You have to find time, revise a lot. So don't take these classes very lightly. Take it seriously. Try to revise, try to memorize, especially things in Sarf, whatever needs to be memorized, try to memorize them and practice it. You have textbook, if you have printed, keep on reading it. Now chapter 1 is finished, keep on reading it. And Alhamdulillah, now the quizzes are being prepared of chapter 1. Very soon these quizzes will be uploaded on the website for you to solve the quizzes. I request volunteers. Where are the volunteers? Seems volunteers are too busy these days. So I know, brothers and sisters, you have your own commitments, and it's not easy to find time, but I request you volunteers to come forward and please participate in making quizzes. Now the things are finished. Now the slides are finished. So try to make quizzes, whatever you can. Okay. And those students who would like to become volunteers, please write a message to my co-admin on the Telegram group. You can write to her. She's managing the volunteers. So please approach her if you would like to participate in making the quizzes and the assignments. So then you will be given access to the website to make questions. So you will be given privilege to make questions on the website, and you will be making quizzes, and then the co-admin will review them, and if they are okay, then it will be uploaded. So whoever would like to participate as a volunteer, they can send a message to the co-admin. Becoming a volunteer has an advantage, a lot of advantage. You will get, your concepts will be clear. It will force you to read. It will force you to look into the slides. And then, sometimes when you are making quizzes, a lot of questions are coming to your mind, and then you will start clarifying that. So there is a separate group on Telegram for volunteers. So once you approach to the co-admin, she will add you to that group. Okay. She will add you to that group. Okay. So now we are starting the concepts for chapter 2. You have learned about fi'l. You are learning about fi'l in Sarf class also. You have learned about fi'l in previous book also. And in the previous book, you have gone through a lot of practices of fi'l al-madi, conjugation of fi'l al-madi. So you know fi'l very well. Today, I'm going to mention 2 categories of fi'l. So fi'l is basically are into two categories. Okay. So there are two kinds of fi'l. Normally, fi'l is translated as verb in English language, but I would prefer to use Arabic word fi'l. So fi'l are two kinds. Okay. The first of which which you are familiar with is actually called fi'lun tammun. Okay. Fi'lun tam. Now this tam is a complete verb. So whatever you have learned, the fi'l that you have been practicing in the previous book and in the surf class, those are fi'l tam. Okay. Jalasa, kharaja, raja'a, all those things are nasara, zahaba, sa'ala. All these are fi'l tam. Okay. He sat. And what is the beauty of this fi'l is just saying fi'l, this fi'l tam, it gives the complete meaning. For example, here, jalasa. Jalasa itself completes the meaning. He sat. There is nothing left, no confusion left, no ambiguity left. He sat. That is the reason in Jumla Fi'liya, a Jumla Fi'liya can be just fi'l itself. It can be just fi'l tam. Why? Because if I want to say, where is Muhammad? Where was Muhammad? So someone said, he sat, jalasa, or he left. So he'll say, someone will say, kharaja. So that means it is answering complete answer. So Muhammad left, kharaja. And jumla means a sentence that completes the meaning. Jumla means a sentence that completes the meaning. Phrase is murakkab and it doesn't complete the meaning. For example, mudaf mudaf ilayh. Okay, that's a phrase. It doesn't complete the meaning. Okay, pen of Muhammad. Pen of Muhammad, but again, you will expect more. Pen of Muhammad is above the table. Book of Bilal is on the table. That becomes a jumla, right? So jumla completes the meaning. Fi'l tam, it completes the meaning. It has meaning in it. Okay, jalasa, he sat. Now there is another fi'l called fi'l naqisun. Fi'l naqis. Now this is an incomplete verb. You don't need to remember these words, these terms. Okay, fi'l tam, fi'l naqis. Just you can remember them as complete or incomplete verb. Now in this, the meaning is not complete. For example, there is a fi'l called Kaana. There is a fi'l called Kaana. Kaana means he was. He was. What is he was? The meaning is not complete. He was. You will expect something. He was there, he was here, he was something like that. You know, you will expect more. So that is, such fi'l are called fi'lun naqisun. Such fi'l is called fi'lun naqisun. Clear, brothers and sisters? Okay. We will go into this. Yes, it will fi'lun naqisun. It's incomplete, and we will talk about that today. So don't worry, Abdul Hussain. Don't. I know you are very eager to go forward, but go with me. Now let's talk about these verbs. Al-Af'aal Naqisa. Al-Af'aal is what? Jama of fi'l. Okay, Al-Af'aal is Jama of al-fi'l. Al-Af'aal means verbs. Naqisati. Why I said Al-Af'aal Naqisati? Why an-Naqisa? Why I'm putting ta marbuta here? Why I'm putting ta marbuta? Anyone can answer? No, actually, it is when I'm saying singular, I'm saying fi'lun naqisi, fi'lun naqisin. Yeah, because it is plural of غير عاقل. الأفعال is غير عاقل. فعل is غير عاقل. Okay. So الأفعال الناقصة. Now these, as I mentioned, فعل ناقص are what? Incomplete verbs, incomplete أفعال. They do not express full meaning. Now you have learned, okay, so these are also called Kaana wa akhawatuha. These are also called Kaana wa akhawatuha. Akhawatun means sisters. Ha, you are putting damir muttasil with that. So means its sisters, means Kaana's sisters. So you can call it in English as Kaana and her sisters. You can use this terminology from now onwards. Or you can just say Kaana wa akhawatuha. Kaana and her sisters, or you can just say Kaana wa akhawatuha. Okay. Now, why it is called Kaana akhawatuha? Because these are several verbs. It's not one. So Kaana is one of them. So there are several such af'al. There are several such af'al, and they are called sisters of Kaana because they behave same way. They have same trend. They act similarly. So that's why they are called akhawatuha, means sisters of Kaana. And why it is named on Kaana? Why not any other name? Because Kaana is widely used. Kaana is widely used. Kaana is well known. It's very much used. That's why it is called Kaana and her sisters. Okay. Now these af'al, they do not operate, they do not work like a normal fi'l. They do not work like ta'am. Like they have different behavior. They do not work exactly like ta'am. What happens? Kaana and her sisters, they come in a sentence and they behave like inna wa akhawatu inna, but differently. Now, what is inna and wa akhawatu inna? You have learned inna and its other types of nasb, harfu nasb in the previous chapter. So those are called inna wa akhawatu inna. And what are those? Inna, anna, ka'anna, bi anna, li anna, lakinna, layta, la'alla. You remember that? I told you to memorize them. Okay. So what does it do? What inna does? What is the function of inna? What inna exactly does? When it comes in a sentence, what does it do? Yeah. And what, so let's say there is a sentence called Allahu Ghafurun Rahimun. It emphasizes that is true. It is used for ta'kid, that is true. And it makes mubtada, the original mubtada, mansoob. That is good. So if they have a jumla ismiya, Allahu Ghafurun Rahimun, what is the meaning of this? Allah is forgiving and merciful. Allah is forgiving and merciful. Now this is a sentence which have mubtada is Allah. Allah is mubtada, and it has two khabariya, Ghafurun, Rahimun. Now do not misunderstand. I explained that sometimes Allah's attributes, they are written in Quran without wa in between. Okay, they are not written separated by wa, and they are also not nat manut. So do not say that Ghafurun Rahimun are nat manut. Okay, so Allah is forgiving and merciful. Now if I want to emphasize this sentence, I will put inna before that. When I will put inna before that, what will happen? Yes, Sister Sana, you are right. Inna Allah ghafurun rahimun. So you have done a lot of practices about such sentences in book 1, in chapter 1. Okay, in chapter 1, in the previous chapter, you have done a lot of such practices. So what inna is doing, inna is what? Harfu nasab. Harfu nasab. What is the function of harfu nasab? It makes the ism that follows it, or rather the mubtada of the original sentence, it makes it mansoob. It makes it mansoob. That's why when inna comes before Allah, then this mubtada, which was Allah was mubtada, it will become Allah. It will not be inna Allahu, it will be inna Allah. That is what inna does. But the meaning changes. Now there is an emphasis in that. So what it means is, indeed, Allah is forgiving and merciful. So that's what inna, that's how inna works in a sentence. Now what I wrote here in this slide is Kaana wa akhawatuha. It works exactly opposite to that. Kaana wa akhawatuha, it works exactly opposite to inna wa akhawatu inna. Now what is akhawatu inna? I mentioned to you all those harfu nasab that you have learned in the previous concepts. All those are akhawatu inna. Okay, so it works exactly opposite to that. Now inna makes mubtada mansoob. Kaana doesn't makes it mansoob. Inna leaves the khabar as marfu. It doesn't touch his khabar. It doesn't affect khabar. It leaves it as marfu. Kaana affects the khabar. So what it does, Kaana makes mubtada, it leaves mubtada as marfu. Inna makes mubtada as mansoob. Kaana leaves mubtada as marfu only, while it makes khabar as mansoob. It is working exactly opposite way. Is it clear, brothers and sisters? I hope it's not clear. Do you want me to repeat? It's clear. Okay. So what will how will you get Kaana Allahu ghafuran rahiman? So what Kaana has done exactly worked opposite to inna. Inna would have made Allah as Allah, but Kaana didn't do that. It left the original mubtada intact. So it left Allah as it is, Allahu. Instead of that, it worked on the khabar, and it made khabar as mansoob. It took it into halatul rafa. So Kaana Allahu ghafuran rahim. Sorry, halatul nasab, not halatul rafa. So it took khabar to halatul nasab. Okay. Now what is the meaning of Kaana? Kaana means was. Kaana means was. Means something about past. Something about past. And there is a, that means Kaana is a, and I'm telling you, I'm talking about Af'aal Naqisa. I'm talking about fail. So Kaana is a past tense fail. Kaana is a past tense fail. Okay. And there is a present tense also of Kaana, which is called yakunu, but that is not covered in this lesson, because I'm just introducing Kaana here. And inshallah, we will go into details about Kaana and yakunu in the surf classes, inshallah. Okay. But since there are some words which belong to Kaana family, means its sisters belong to sisters of Kaana, which is coming in this chapter, chapter number 2. That is why I gave some introduction of Kaana here. Okay. So inshallah, when you will go to surf class, it will become easy for you to understand Kaana. So what is the meaning of this now? So here the meaning was Allah is forgiving and merciful. So what will be the meaning of this sentence now with Kaana? What will be the meaning of this sentence with Kaana now? Yes. So as Sister Sana mentioned, Allah was Ghafoor and Rahim. Allah was Ghafoor and Rahim. And why? Allah is always Ghafoor and Allah is always Rahim. So maybe in the situation, in the circumstances, in the context, you can say Allah was Ghafoor and Rahim in that situation, in that context, in that period, whatever. So it can mean that also. Another way what you can understand this sentence is sometimes, like let's say there is some kind of an urgency of my friend, and my friend calls me and he says, Radwan, it's very urgent. Can you come now immediately? It's high emergency. Please rush to my house. I'm desperately in need of something. Please come. Come urgently to me, please. Suppose my friend says that. So looking at his stress, I will tell him on phone, don't worry, I'm there. Don't worry, I'm already there. Though I have not yet gone there, I have not yet moved out of my house, but I'm saying that I'm already present there in his house. I'm already there means I'm talking about something in past, right? I'm talking about something in past that I'm already present there. But what I mean by that is I'm coming. So we can understand this sentence from that context also, that Allah is in all the situations ever. Yes, Sister Urusha. It's in all the situations, He is forgiving and merciful. Okay, so this is Kaana. Now, similar to inna wa akhawatu inna, what do you see when you have an inna sentence? For example, there was a sentence before we were talking about inna Allah ghafurun rahimun. So whenever there is an inna, then the mubtada of the sentence becomes what? Ismu inna, right? The mubtada of the sentence becomes ismu inna. It is no more called mubtada, rather it is called ismu inna. And the khabar of the sentence is no more just called khabar, it is rather called khabaru inna. In the same way, la'alla, it is another sister of inna. So if there is a la'alla and there is a ism coming after that, for example, la'alla rajula muslimun. La'alla the man, hopefully the man is Muslim. So there also a rajula becomes ismu la'alla and the khabar becomes khabaru la'alla. You remember, brothers and sisters? In the same way, in the Kaana sentences also, there is ismu Kaana and there is khabaru Kaana. In the same way, we will call in the Kaana sentences also ismu Kaana and khabaru Kaana. The only difference is ismu Kaana is marfu. In the inna sentences, ismu inna is mansoob. Right? In the inna sentences, ismu inna is mansoob, but ismu Kaana is marfu. And khabaru Kaana is mansoob. In the inna sentences, khabaru inna is marfu. Okay? It is marfu. But here, khabaru Kaana is mansoob. That's the only difference. Right? Now let's talk about tam. You have done a lot of practices about Jumla fi'liya, which contains fi'lu ta'am. Now in the fi'lu ta'am, for example, this example, jalasa ar-rajulu ala al-kursiyyi. Okay, the man sat over the chair. So what do we look whenever the sentence start with ta'am, with fi'l? What do we call this sentence? What do we call it? Whenever the sentence starts with fi'l, what do we call that sentence? Jumla fi'liya. Yes. And whenever we are talking about jumla fi'liya, we are looking for fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul, or mutalik bil fi'l. Now in this case, fi'l is jalasa, fa'il is ar-rajulu, and ala al-kursi is mutalik bil fi'l. Or also I can call this ala al-kursi, I can call it as maf'ul fihi. Maf'ul fihi fi mahalli nasbin. Is it clear, brothers and sisters? I can call this as mutalik bil fi'l or maf'ul fihi fi mahalli nasbin. Nasab. Is it clear or not? If you remember my previous lectures in book number 1. Okay. So this is how you deal with the normal fi'l. Now what about this kana thing, which is fi'l madi and it is naqis? What about the sentence containing kana? For example, kana rajulu musliman. Okay, the man was Muslim. Okay, the man was Muslim. What about this? What kind of sentence is this? It is starting with fi'l, kana. So what kind of sentence is this? MashaAllah. Jumla fi'liya. I can know from your answers who has attended the... Okay, fine. Yes, sister, brothers and sisters, it looks jumla fi'liya because it is starting with fi'l. But this naqis is so dumb because it doesn't express his feeling. He behaves very differently. Instead of making it jumla fi'liya, it makes it jumla ismiya. This is the exception with this fail, particularly only with fail naqis. The sentence is always ismiya. Okay, it is jumla ismiya. So kana rajulu musliman is actually jumla ismiya, and it has kept the original mubtada as marfu only and made the khabar as mansoob. So whenever you see the kana type of sentences, you will look for three things, which is what is the fi'lu naqis. Here it is kana. The second thing that you will look for is ismu kana, which is ar-rajulu here. And the third thing which you will look for is khabaru kana. Okay, khabaru kana. And there can be mutalik bil khabar also, because the moment I'm talking about jumla ismiya, then khabar can be there and mutalik bil khabar can also be there. So this is exceptional, brothers and sisters. In naqis sentences are always jumla ismiya. Okay, they are jumla ismiya. And the fi'lu naqis is part of mubtada. It is part of mubtada. So here, kana rajulu becomes mubtada container. Kana rajulu becomes mubtada container. Ar-rajulu was the original mubtada. Now we will call kana rajulu as the mubtada container. Is it clear, brothers and sisters? I hope it's not difficult. Okay. Okay, I will give you the examples of mutalik bil khabar, my sisters. Inshallah, it's coming in the slides. Okay. 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 Now, before I go into that, I'm going to do some practice with you about this fail. Sa'ala. Sa'ala means he asked. And can you tell me this belongs to which bab? Can anyone guess? How many bab have you learned? Now this is Sa'ala. This is the, okay, bab Fataha. Why it is Fataha, sisters? And is it Sulasi Mujarrad or Sulasi Mazid? Huruf al-Halaqiyah. Okay, which huruf al-Halaqiyah is here? Hamza. So how do you identify if it belongs to Bab Fataha or not? How do you identify that? No, I mean huruf halaqiyya should come in at which place? What should be the place of huruf halaqiyya? And what are the huruf halaqiyya? Hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. You can remember this. Ain and lam kalima. Good, mashallah. If ain and lam kalima comes one of the huruf halaqiyya, the huruf that are pronounced from halaq, from throat, they are called huruf al-halaqiyya, and they are how many? 6. Hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. Ain, ha, ghain, kha. Okay, these are the things you can remember. Sa'ala. So what is the mudare? What is expected? Fataha, yaftahu. So sa'ala, Sa'ala, what should be? Yas'alu. Good, mashallah. This is how you will know. Okay, so let's do the conjugation of Sa'ala. Sa'ala, Sa'ala, Sa'alu, Sa'alat, Sa'alata, Sa'alna, Sa'alta, Sa'altuma, Sa'altum, Sa'alti, Sa'altuma, Sa'altunna, Sa'altu, Sa'alna. Here in this Fi'l al-Madi, you must have noticed only 2 of them do not have suffixes. The Huwa version, Sa'ala, doesn't have any suffix, any letter added after the Fi'l. And the Hiya version, there is no suffix. This suffix that you see ta here is not actually, it is only indicating the feminine gender. It's called ta'u ta'anis. Okay, it's indicating the feminine gender. Now, rest of the conjugation, you see there are some characters added, and these indicate what? File. These indicate file. So if I say Sa'ala and there is a file indicated by alif, so immediately I know that it is talking about 2 persons masculine. Okay. Sa'alu, this waw indicates file, the doer. File is the doer. Okay. Sa'alata, again this alif indicates the file, which is referring to 2, and this ta indicates the feminine gender. So ta and alif combination indicates the file. Sa'alta, again this indicates the file. It's referring to the you, second person. Okay, so this is how in the conjugation of Fi'l al-Madi, the file is part of fail. File is part of fail, except for 2 fail, which is huwa and hiya. The huwa and hiya, they do not indicate file here. So we call these two fail saying, we will say file mustatir. So when the sentences come in such huwa and hiya version, and if there is a ism coming after the fail and it is marfu, then we say that it is an external file. So it is file which is present in the sentence. And sometimes it is present, sometimes it is not present. Okay, you know this. Let's do the present tense version of this. Yas'alu. So yas'alu. Okay. Anyone would like to do that? He or she can flag their hands. I can ask them to do if you want to do the practice. Otherwise, I will proceed with it. Sister Zakia, mashallah, you are very good in conjugation, Sister Zakia. Last time also you did very well. I want to give chance to some other sister. Okay, Sister Arushia, I will give you her. I want to justify with everyone. So I'm opening the mic of Sister Arushia. Okay, if your mic is open, sister, you can do.
Yas'alu, yas'alani, yas'aluna.
Yas'alani, yas'aluna, good.
Tas'alu,
Tas'alu, good.
tas'alani,
Tas'alani,
yas'alna.
yas'alna, mashallah. See, things change from here, from hunna. Things change in most of the cases. You must have noticed, brothers and sisters. From hunna, things change. Okay. What about next, sister?
Tas'alu,
Tas'alu,
tas'alani,
tas'alani,
tas'aluna.
tas'aluna. Good.
Anti tas
So this is the exceptional thing only in fi'l mudari that you need to remember.
tas'alina.
Tas'alina, good. This is tas'alina, okay?
Tas'alina, tas'alani,
Tas'alani,
tas'alna.
tas'alna, good. What about Ana?
As'alu,
As'alu, good.
alu.
Nas'alu, good. MashaAllah. So, well done, Sister Urushia. And inshallah, we will talk about more about Kaana and its sisters tomorrow. Okay. And again, here, I would like to say about Mudari. In Mudari, you see, there are prefixes and suffixes. So there are some characters added in the beginning. For example, ya, ya. Here it is ya, it is ta, it is ta. So it is, there are some prefixes and there are suffixes. For example, here it is ani, here it is una, here it is. So there are some prefixes and suffixes. Now these, the combination of that indicates the file. That indicates the file. But again, here also, yas'alu and tas'alu, the huwa version and the hiya version, again that is mustatir. Again, that is mustatir. So the moment you say tas'alina, tas'alina, so you know for sure that here the file is anti. The file is anti. Okay? Clear, brothers and sisters? So this is necessary for you to know. It's another revision of fail. Inshallah, tomorrow we will continue with fail naqis again. Okay, the remaining part of fail naqis. And see you tomorrow, same time. And do practice do the revision again. And again, before leaving, I would like to remind whoever would like to participate in as a volunteer to prepare quizzes and assignments, you'll be given access to the website. Admin privilege will be given to you on the website, and you will be able to prepare questions on the website, and then it will be, those questions will be available for all the other students to solve, inshallah. Okay, so you can approach my co-admin and she will properly organize it with you. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.